Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. I'm ready to paint, I think. I will wait and make sure that this is working. It says we're telling your followers that you start live. Oh, good. Okay, so people are coming in. Good morning. Hi, Megan. Hi, Susie. How are you? Good morning, Barb. So, hope everybody's doing well. I'm excited to paint this morning. I'm excited to paint every morning, honestly. Honestly, it is my happy place. So let me turn this around. I love getting the camera off of me. Okay, so I'm going to paint. This is a favorite of mine. This is a photo that I took. I'll have to adjust the camera, but I have to mix colors first. Good morning, Ellen. Good morning, both Ellens. I love this photo. I'm hoping to get lots more Peony reference this year. We'll see. Good morning in Alberta. Hi, Janice. Oh, this is so nice. Welcome, everybody. So anyway, I'm getting ready for a show. I have a show in Coconut Grove in Florida coming up. We're leaving next Wednesday, and it's scary and exciting all at the same time. I've never driven that far in my life, let alone with a van packed with art and tents and panels and all the things. But I'm excited. Well, I'm really excited to go to 80-degree weather. I can't lie about that. I love warm weather. And just to see what it's like. I've never been. It's in the Miami area. It's all the way at the bottom of Florida. But as I'm getting artwork ready for that, and I'm also going to hang artwork at a retirement community, a very lovely retirement community by me, and I feel like I don't have enough art. I mean, I think I do have enough art, but then I have shows following that I have to be ready for depending on what sells. It's always hard to know how much you need to have, and needing to make art is my favorite problem. Anyway, so in this, let me move on here. In this, I'm going to need, kind of pale, whatever that color is. Do we call it yellow, orange? I would call it pale, warm yellows, greens, grays. It's a pretty simple palette. I've done this many times, and just seeing it makes me want to paint that large. So that could happen in my very near future. I probably have. Worked okay. I always put it in this holder, and then I have the problem that it hits the buttons on the side because they're like, it's in one of those circle light things. I usually don't turn the light on because you can see the circle on here. I wish they would make it some way that it diffused the light off to the side so it didn't make such a circle. Even if you wear glasses and you do those circle lights, they always show you people using them, and like, if I use it, you see the circle on my glasses. It looks ridiculous. Anyway, I won't be able to see your messages to me until I'm finished mixing, since I can't see my phone. It's above me. But I'll start with mixing greens. So I need a very dark green. Almost black. That might be a little too dark. I love starting with a clean palette in the morning. I need more of that. I need a little bit more sap green. So I'm teaching a workshop in Kennett Square right after I get back from my trek to, what do I need now? I'm just going to work with whatever I have here. Right after I get back from Coconut Grove. So I've got to get ready for that at the same time, which is a lot for my disorganized art brain to do all at one time. But I knew I needed more sap green for that. So I did order that. Yeah, it's hard for me to prepare for several things at the same time. It's like I'm incapable of thinking that far ahead. That's not true. I need to give myself more credit than that. I do get a lot organized. Highlight in the greens there is almost, I think this will work, almost white. So I'll take that, put a little bit more white here. So everyone's doing well. I've had a busy few weeks. And I'm used to, like, I always think that in the wintertime, I'm going to have time to be calm and just paint and not worry about getting ready for anything. And that doesn't happen. Although I think doing this show in the middle of the winter hopefully will allow me to, I have no idea what I was going to say. Allow me to do something. I don't know what. I think this is purple. I don't know if I want purple. Maybe I'll do a little bit of this. Allow me to have a calmer summer, maybe. That would be really nice. I did so many shows last summer that I feel like I didn't have a summer. I should make... Oh, that's nice. I need the rest of this Indian yellow in there. And inside of Inspiring Art today in my membership group, we're going to do, I launched the little hearts that I painted, and they were so much fun. And that's what I'm going to do a demo of today with my Inspiring Art group. So I'm excited to do that. Yeah, they all sold out within... Yeah, I was thinking this was kind of an off color, but it's actually quite perfect. There's a little, it's a little thing from the top of the tube, I think. I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, that's what I'm doing inside of our Inspiring Art group today. So that will be fun. And then in the midst of that, I have to get ready for the Coconut Grove show. Maybe a little more white. Yes, I'm ordering supplies too for the workshop in Kennett Square. I do that workshop at Square Pear Gallery every February every year. I think this is my 3rd year doing it. It's so much fun. Okay, I think that's good. Now I need gray. I don't know if I want to start. I love those colors together. I'm trying to get a paper towel to, let's just put this up here. So I don't want to have it too light here to start with my kind of gray. The gray looks sort of blue to me. I do have a little bit of gray out here. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Might be a little too blue. I like for that background color to be a little more obscure, that you wouldn't say, oh, that looks blue. But it might not when I put it down. It might be just fine. I'll do that. Get a little bit of this. Oh, that's pretty. Very pretty. Love the colors. I have to think about how I'm going to start my background. I think that's good. All right, so I won't put you up here, and I'll make sure nobody, whoops, sorry about that, wrote anything to me. And I needed to see what Ellen would tell me. Hi, Carol. Okay, well, I'm here now. Now I should be able to read if you write me any notes. The screen. Can everybody see that okay? See my messy studio back there. Sorry about that. This is messier than usual. I'm also getting all my little hearts ready to ship today. Okay, so what should I do? I think I'm going to do, I need a little bit more Indian yellow out here. I think I'm going to do kind of the true colors. Let's see. I always kind of play around with how I begin my paintings. But I always map out kind of where I want things to be, just so that I have confidence that I'm putting things in the right place. And I just paint with transparent colors at this point. You could close. I know, Ellen, I'm not sure how to do that. What about this? Let me just pull this closer to me. Instead of trying to, I can't move the camera because I got one that is on the floor instead of hooked to the table. But thank you for suggesting that. I got a new one because my other one bounced so much. Put the camera in. Oh yeah, no, I need to be back a little bit because I have to look back. Okay, thank you for that suggestion. Is that good, or should I pull it even closer? I'm getting used to not needing to have, when I'm painting, having anything in a particular place. Like I used to always prefer to have, this at a certain distance, and it's always somewhat easier that way, but now I don't care. I'm getting better because when I do inspiring art, I have to paint with my, I paint flat, and I never thought I'd be able to do that, but it's totally fine. This is, yeah, that's better. Yeah, so my other thing that held my phone would bounce all the time, so I got a new one that's sits on the floor, but then I have a little challenge of it, that distance. And if I even prop it along the table, it bounces. I think that painting is a very sedentary thing, but I think I am more fluidly busy. Busy? I don't know what I am. Let's see. I move a lot more than I realize. Looking where my shadows are. It's pretty. Good morning, Katrina. Yeah, that looks good, right? And this is all in shadow down here. Sometimes I do find it challenging to paint those shadow areas. Like if you really just pay attention to value, shadows and highlights, it all comes together, but sometimes it's hard to trust that. Thank you, Katrina. What should I do in my background? Do I have purple out here? I do purple. I don't know if I want to do purple, blue. I don't know. Let's be bold. Why not, right? I'm gonna be bold. Bold statements. Bold and confident. Always a goal. I always like the messier my beginnings are, usually the better. I like my end result. Never sure why that happens, but I have a little bit of this blue. course, we have to do pigment sticks, all the fun things. All right, that's a nice start. I love it. Okay, I'm going to put my medium away. I have a sip of coffee. So where's everybody watching from today? I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It just keeps being partly warm, partly cold. I was hoping I could go for a walk today, but now it looks like it's going to not get much above 30. That's not good walking weather for me. Cairo, Egypt. Wow. Kuwait. St. Albans, UK. Texas, Canada. What time is it in Kuwait and in Egypt? Wow, that's so cool. Central Texas. It's suddenly spring here. Oh, Irma, you lucky duck. It did feel a little bit like that here, but it's not anywhere near. We're not ready for spring yet. Got to get pigment sticks ready for my workshop too. I have to make sure I have enough. Germantown, Maryland. I know where that is. That's not too far. Southampton, New York. This will be good back here, really. A little green. Yes, that's right, Michael Hellebores. I forgot all about that. I've got to check my garden. If you think of it, remind me to go look, because I have my hellebores on the other side of my house where I don't go. I only go there to get to my garden. I don't ever walk on that side of the house in the winter. So I need to check on them. That is the first flower to paint for the season. Pop of that in there. That looks fun. Okay, I think that's enough for that. Hi, Susie. All right, I have this box. This is my box of pigment sticks. What a mess. They are so messy. And I usually make the most mess of my hands when I'm using them. And I also have this very tidy box of them. This is what I take when I have to go somewhere and do a demo. Completely different worlds, right? Kit Kat asks, what flowers are they? And I don't know either to answer for you. Thank you, Ellen. This is a peony. It's like a soft peachish, whitish peony. My fave. Jackie knew those were peonies. Jackie, are you still on Sanibel Island? You lucky duck. Yeah, I'm excited to go. I really hardly ever in my whole life have gone when you go on vacation and you go somewhere that's different weather. Usually my vacations have been more local, like to the beach near where we live. And it's not a big change in temperature. It's not that I haven't done it, but hardly ever. So it's hard for me to think about packing things for the art show that I'm going to need to wear in 80-degree weather. That stuff's all things I probably need clothing and don't even remember what was worn out and needed thrown away last year. It's I can't think about that. It's crazy. And then I know, I'll go there and I'll be like, oh, I don't have the right clothing because I didn't pack the right stuff because it was the wrong temperature at home. I think it's because when I think about being somewhere that's so warm, I think, oh, it'll be wonderful. But really, there are times in warm weather where you do feel a little bit uncomfortable because it's too hot. You know what I mean? That's the part I can't imagine. It's 85 in South Florida now. Oh my gosh, Ellen. That sounds amazing. I love 85. That's probably one of my favorite temperatures. 85. And a friend of mine, we're just kind of talking about it. We're thinking about doing, she lives in Eastern Shore of Maryland. And we're thinking about doing a workshop. She has like a flower farm, and she's also an artist too. And she invited me to come do a workshop at her flower farm. And I'm thinking about it. I'm just trying to decide if would people travel that far. You know, sort of in the middle of nowhere, but it's also beautiful. It's in the 70s here, and we'll get near 80s later. That's so nice, Ellen. Enjoy that. Enjoy it. Yeah, it's 30 here, I think. It's not my favorite temperature. And it's supposed to be icy, I think, tonight, maybe. Tomorrow. I'm just glad I'm not traveling tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be okay by the time we head out next week. Jackie says, love the Eastern Shore. Me too. It is pretty there. I think it would be fun to do that. Maybe we'd mix some flower arranging with painting. I can't go wrong with that. It looks pretty. I sometimes miss wearing sweaters, jackets, and boots. Well, don't miss it, Ellen. You can go visit. Come visit me and you can wear those things. I don't know if I'd miss that. Oh, let me see here. Okay. All right, so I need some kind of neutral. That's a nice color, I think. Michael says, flower arranging and painting sounds perfect. If people will travel to France. Yes, that's true, Michael. If people will travel to France, they will go there. You're right. It's so nice to be at such an inspired place with flowers and fun company of other artists. It's always the best. Looking for my shadows. Come to Texas, you can wear boots in 90-degree weather. Is that what people do in Texas? They wear boots? Even I guess in California people do that once it's fall. So we have a college roommate that lives out there. And when it's fall, people will put on fall clothing even though it's really not warm. Because you need to have the fun of it, right? Although I don't really think wearing boots is all that fun, but I do love my Uggs. Well, I kind of like how kind of wispy those are. I'm going to try and hold on to that. Yeah, I like the pops of pigment stick is nice. Jackie says you need the cold for peonies to bloom. Reason number one for cold weather. I love that, Jackie. Yes. Yes and yes. That is a really good point because I do love peonies. So they don't bloom like in Florida because it doesn't get cold enough. Is that true? That's something I never knew. Makes me appreciate cold then. Let me get some more of this, like kind of neutral. These are peonies. Peonies are hands down my favorite flower to paint. Well, to look at, to do anything. Yes, they're just my favorite. I think that's good. I'm kind of being hesitant here, so I need to clean my brush off and think for a minute. Yes, Tina loves peonies too. She said she didn't know that either. Jackie taught us something new. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge too, like as I go in and do these darker areas and be patient to put in my lightest lights. I don't want to put too many shadow areas in because sometimes then the painting can get muddy. You have to be careful about when you stop that part of the painting. Yes, this is oil paint. Thank you, Ellen. Center is warm, outside is light. Warm and cool. Yes, the center is very warm. Yeah, like I could maybe go a little lighter over here. Whoops, I drug that green down. I didn't mean to do that. I am also painting roses. That's fun. I don't paint roses very often. I'm always afraid of roses. I have this irrational fear of painting roses. I don't know why. Because they're really not that much different than painting peonies. Peonies are very similar to roses. I don't know why I get nervous painting. Or lose confidence. I shouldn't say I don't get nervous. I just lose my floral confidence. Sure, you can ask a question. I'll try to see it. Why have you changed the color from cream to yellow? Oh, well, this is the underneath layer of my painting, and my goal now that I feel like I have a lot of my darker darks in and it's whimsical and I like where it is, now I'll go in and put those over top so that warmth shows through. Does that make sense? That's my goal. Let me put a little bit of this in here before I do my lightest lights. Yeah, I think I need to do this painting large again. It's so fun. I love how this looks right now. Thanks, Michael. Yes, that whimsical bit of it being so loose. I always say one of these days I'll get my confidence in painting that I can just say, okay, I'm done. That's it. Painting's finished when it looks like this. I do that more when I paint abstract. See how it goes. I'm going to get some of my abstract paintings, my little ones that I do, and take them with me to the art show. Because I always have a bin of like, little other paintings that I do when I'm like doing studies and things like that I take along. And I'm going to take some of my abstracts with me, see if they're well received. It is the really nice thing about doing in-person art shows is, you know, seeing people's reactions. Like a lot of times, like I'm sitting usually right across from my booth, and I only go in if I feel like somebody wants to talk to me. You know, I'm not high pressure sales, not at all. I'm the complete opposite. If I didn't even have to do that, I wouldn't. But it is fun to see people's reactions to your work. And a lot of times they don't know that the artist is sitting right there. So they'll talk about things, you know, and it's like, I'm right here, you can ask me a question. But I do like to see if, you know, things go well, if they like things, if they don't, you know, what things I could change. It's all good learning. So I'm hitting the light with my paintbrush. Ooh, that looks so cool. Will I finish it live? Yep. This is the finish now. Like the getting ready for the painting takes a lot longer. Like this now, when I finish the painting, it comes together pretty quickly. I generally do most of my paintings all in one sitting. Alla prima. Some of my really large paintings I'll do in a couple sessions, but if I have the energy to get through it and do the whole thing at one time, it keeps its freshness more. So that's what I try to do. But the underneath getting ready part of the painting takes longer than the finish. But you also can't rush it. I like that pop of purple in there. So the underneath colors that I put in here that I start with really help to keep it spontaneous. Anyway, that's what I'm looking for in my artist spontaneity, really. And this should help pull it all together. So now I was looking for my darker areas of my painting before. Now I'm looking for the highlights. And because I've kind of mapped out, I can see where I'm headed with putting in my lightest light colors. And I want that underneath color to pop through. This fun little bit right here. have to get a little lighter over on that side. It looks a little too monochromatic in there. I find my underpainting is too slippery to lay over the top. Well, that's a mix of a few different things. It's a mix probably of how wet your underpainting is. Like you want to have your underpainting be a little wet, but if it feels too wet and you go in and it's slipping, like take your paper towel and wipe some of it off. Maybe you have too much of your medium in there. The other thing is too, it's how hard you push your brush as you're painting. So it's kind of a mix of a few different things that could cause that. So it's your pressure of your brush or your kind of brush. Like you also have to have, like I always say, it's like Goldilocks. I need this brush that's just right. Like I would love to find a huge brush that is just like the one that I love, because it doesn't pull the paint up. But you could try different brushes. Just because a certain brush works well for me doesn't mean that, you know, it won't work well for you. I need a little bit more white out here on my palette. Mix a little bit of that. Oops. Oh no, I'm mixing. I had blue on my knife. That is not going to be what I want. I wanted kind of a cooler white down in here. I want to contrast. So the flowers are very warm. It's like warm colors. And I really like how all of it looks, but I feel like there's not enough definition down here. It got a little mushy looking. So I want to add a little bit of a cooler white. So a little bit of a mix of the white that I was using into a pure white. Okay. Because that's where all the light's hitting is, right over here. Yeah, that's what I needed. See how that's pulling those petals forward more. And I don't want to overwork it, like it's just little bits here and there. Coffee Chocolate Art. It's a fun name. I love it. Kim's just so light. Her brush dances on the camera. Oh, thank you. It is kind of magical. I'm often surprised when things turn out when I'm painting. It's like, I think the biggest part of it is just trusting your intuition and going for the ride, but like not overthinking things, staying confident. Like that's all such a big part of a painting coming together. I always say it has very little to do with me. And I'm getting to the point now where I feel like if I go too far, I'm going to start to lose the spontaneity of it. Do you see anything that I'm missing? I could do... Confidence is key. Yes, it is. It's always the hardest thing in life, isn't it? Why is it so hard to be confident and find it, hold on to it? I don't know. I'd always find it challenging. I'm looking at what you see in there. Barb says, yes, I've witnessed that special little flick of the brush that Kim has, a trademark, I think. It's gorgeous. Thanks, Susie. Yeah, and sometimes they come together almost like that was quick. It just happened. But I do love this reference. Like I knew that it was going to be pretty effortless because, oh, I didn't even use my lighter greens here. Let me put a little lighter green in here. I don't know that that's helping anything, is it? Probably not. But I do a little bit of background showing. I like that. I like how loose it is. I think that I'm going to sign it and call it a day. Do I have white here? That's okay. All right. Here's my signing tool. Then I'll show it to you up close. Oh, Jackie loved the green added. Good, thank you. That gives me confidence that I should have done that. So there's my reference. And then let's see if that'll focus in there. But you see all the fun little pops. Like I love that orange and purple in there. And the pops of that green. So fun. And then there's my colors. These are the transparent colors that I used. And the only other color I mixed was that I had a little bit more white in there. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. It was fun as always. I love my Wednesday mornings with you guys. I hope that you have an amazing day. I think I'll probably still do this next Wednesday, even though I'm leaving for Florida. It won't be late till later in the day. And I will save this. I have a whole bunch of these for anyone who's new on my YouTube channel. And you can find the link in my bio here on Instagram. And if you'd like to be on my newsletter list, just send me your email. I'd be happy to add you in. And anyone in my Inspiring Art group, I will be live at noon today doing a demo of those fun little Valentine hearts. So thanks for coming. Great to see all of you, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.